Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to say Barakatah, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kadash, the bonus to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and salutations to the sincere Akiam, pushing this truth in all due diligence and sincerity, man. This is the brother Awar Allah coming at you from the GMS London camp. Hey, man, Esau Edom is a man of war, man. And they know what they're doing with this Ukraine Russia situation. They're purposely crashing this current economy. The latest news in regards to the Russia Ukraine situation is that Esau has, through the United States of Babylon, the so called United States of America, provided Ukraine with 50 billion as a loan. A 50 billion loan. Yeah, that's 50 and then 9 zeros at the end of it. 50 billion as a loan. Oh, do you know how many millions are in a billion? Just one of them. Anyway, 1,000 millions and a bit. Anyway, so they've provided them 50 billion as a loan, which of course Ukraine will never pay back. But there's a lot of natural resources within Ukraine as well that America wants dibs on, and Russia's trying to absorb that state back into the wider state of landmass of Mother Russia. But America's not having the bar of it, so they're investing 50 billion. Yo, which shows you they don't give a fuck about you regular citizens, and it's always been the case. But if this don't show you clearly what the agenda is, I don't know what will.
The United States and G7 are now making good on that commitment. Together, we will leverage income earned from frozen Russian sovereign.
So basically, and sorry, I've got my flight mode on so that I don't receive any messages or calls. What they're basically saying, and you can watch this video on YouTube.
We will leverage income earned from frozen Russian sovereign.
So basically, what they've done is with the frozen income that they've stolen from the Russian oligarchs, so they're gonna use 50 billion and lend that out to Ukraine. So they basically seized money from Russian oligarchs, like the wealthiest of the Russians, and they're using that same money that they seized in their American banks and from asset raids and all of it to fund Ukraine. Think about the insult. They're funding Ukraine, the state that Russia's at war with money that they seized from Russians. These Americans are something else, but this is Edomite crime right here. But anyway, America is going to basically provide Ukraine with a 50 billion loan package. A 50 billion. You already know Ukraine's never paying that back. But why are they doing this? Because multiple reasons. They're destabilizing the economy, the current fiat-based system. But also what they're doing is they oh, this is crazy, man. They're also ultimately just making sure that they get dibs on the natural resources within that land, brother. But you see, Esau Edom has always been a man of war, man. This is Genesis the 27th chapter, and I'm gonna start from verse 38. Well, this is Esau weeping to Isaac after he realized he'd fucked up in regards to the blessing. Genesis 27 and 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me even also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Damn fucking devil, man. Soppy ass prick. Here it is, you sold your birthright for a morsel of meat, going back to the 25th chapter when you came back from your excavates outside. You sold it unto your brother Jacob. And you're crying to Isaac because of the fact that he's now got the blessing that you sold unto him. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live. Let's read that again. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. But ultimately, the key message I want to deliver from this is Esau Edom was told by his father Isaac that through his sword he would live. Yeah, and it goes on saying Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, because he knew Isaac was close to death. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. I mean, if that don't tell you, yeah, like, if that don't tell you the nature of these devils, I mean, I don't know what else will, man. Esau Edom has always been a fucking demonic, wicked predator, man. And that's why ultimately the Lord Yahweh created him to be the devil, man. He is the reincarnation of Cain. Esau Edom is Cain back in the flesh again, the walking weapon, man. Genesis the 25th chapter verse 27, talking about after Esau and Jacob and Esau had grown and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. Yeah, look at that, a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Yeah. Let's read that again. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. Esau was a cunning hunter, meaning, hey, this guy, man, ultimately speaking, was a predator from the day he was born, a man of the field. Whenever you see these devils in their natural element, they're always in that safari type zone, always want to be out there hunting animals, teaching their children how to shoot rifles. That's the natural in the bushes braying. That's the natural habitat of an Edomite. Whereas look what it says about Jacob. And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents, man, chilling out, man, laid back. Look at the comparison. But this is the nature of this devil, man. And Esau Edom has gone around spoiling nations, destroying people, man. So what do you think his judgment is going to be? Through his traffic. This is Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. And I want to go straight to verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? Why? Why is Esau going to be in this position? Because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Because this man is a man of violence, man. When they were beefing against Ammon, the so-called Japanese, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, after they waved up the white flag and admitted defeat in war, Esau Edom still dropped the atomic bomb on them to the point where people's shadows were ingrained in the ground, man, from the power of the blast and the lights and the explosions. Like, this man literally, man, destroyed that city to the point where to this day, man, children are being born with defects. Look what he did to the so-called Native Americans, man. Our brothers, Gad, Reuben, and them, and the Northern King, and the rest of the Northern Kingdom, absolutely obliterated them. The whole land of America, including Canada, is theirs. This man turned up and literally, man, destroyed them to the point where most people don't even know what a Native American is. Like, look what he did to our people during slavery, man. Look what he's continuing to do in the land of Israel right now with those Palestinians. They don't belong in there anyway, but they got sent there through the Balfour Declaration, and they were supposed to live in tandem with the Palestinians, even though they're both heathens and they're both going to get kicked out of the land soon. But as over a period of time, the landmass of those Palestinians continued to shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink until the point where it got to where it is now, where they're just bombing the hell out of these individuals, telling you that Hamas is hiding on the hospitals and shit. This man is the devil, man. And that's why when people get the opportunity to, they're going to rise up quickly against this devil, man. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Yeah? And that's what this man is. He's covetous. He sees things, he wants it. He sees, like, he saw the oil in the Middle East, and like Trump said, man, you should have took the oil. Like, basically, they went up in there Literally, they started wars in Afghanistan, Iraq, all the rest of it for oil, for lithium, for cobalt, all sorts. They're up in indirectly in the Congo right now through these European nations for cobalt and all the rest of the natural resources they can get. They pillage countries like Ghana, according to the Gold Coast, the Ivory Coast. You know what they took from the ivory from the elephants. They they called they went through the islands, man, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, all of these different countries. The British created companies more stronger than governments like the East India Company, and went over to into Elam's territory and totally obliterated that land to the point where you go to Ghana, you go to India, the infrastructure is the same because the British machine went through there and absolutely ripped it apart, man, and left their mark on both the countries. Literally exactly the same type of architecture. This is the devil that we're dealing with, man. And as a nation, Esau Edom, man, they spoiled many nations. Every nation has had, is unfortunately had an interaction with these devils, and of course a negative one because they are the devil, man. So you got to understand, like, well, first and foremost, of course, it starts with the American Edomite. Well, let me say this: it starts with Amalek, the head tribe of Esau, Edom. But then America as a nation, man, Babylon, modern day Babylon, man, that place it just must needs be destroyed. You got it to where, like, America has been at war over 90% of the time. It's been in existence. It's been warring with numerous different nations, and if it hasn't been directly involved in the war, it's been a proxy war where they've somehow been involved, but via another country, and then they've warred on every single continent. Europe, you want to talk about Europe, but the British Empire, for example, there's only a few countries that they haven't touched, and when you go into Europe, the picture's bleak, absolutely bleak. You even take the continent of Ham, land of Nassau Ham, modern day Africa, over 50 countries. Esau Edom's at least been into like 95% of them, because this is the nature of these devils. They are viruses upon the face of the planet Earth. The scripture tells you in the book of Malachi, the first chapter, they are the border of wickedness, man. And that's why ultimately the Lord hates them, because they represent wickedness and evil. They were created for the sole purpose of being demonic. The Lord can't look upon wickedness. Malachi 1 and 3, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. We're gonna make America great again. We're gonna build Britain, build back Britain, and all the rest of it. Thus saith the Lord Jehovah of hosts, the God of armies: they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them being these devils, these Edomites, the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Jehovah will have indignation forever, forever. Yeah, riches profit not in a day of wrath. You see, this devil's got 50 billion to just throw out there for stolen money that he's taken from these oligarchs and other resources, but he's doing that basically ultimately to get access to those natural resources and to fend off Russia, man, so they can get the resources that Ukraine holds. And Ukraine is also a major wheat producer. They produce a lot of goods, man, for both for consumption and also natural resources. That's what they're trying to get to, man. And this whole stage play is also destroying the economy so that they can come in with that fiat based RFID. Sorry, they can get rid of this fiat-based currency and come in with that tech, that microchip tech, man. The RFID technology. That is the long-term game, man. To have every single individual chipped under this new budget system, and you better believe Esau Edom is doing it right in front of the people's faces, and they're not realizing what's going on. But we see this necessary evil that must come in order for the kingdom to be established. And you better believe more more loans are gonna get promised. People ain't gonna do shit about it because ultimately they're zombified. And before you know it, man, Yahweh our Lord willing, will be in that World War III, and that ship will be getting rolled out. Because once those two prophecies happen, man, think like Apostle Sahar always says, things are gonna start moving lightning quick. In the midst of all of that, Yahweh Shai will return, man. And in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, in the midst of World War III. You can read about that in Second Ezra, the 13th chapter. But anyway, 50 billion to Ukraine, man. Damn. Shalom.